each other up a bit, so we could still be in for a good game, but certainly at this stage it looks like Bunbury are going to break that 18-year drought.
Yeah, long way from home, Darryl. As we said, anything can happen in footy, modern day footy, and the Dons showed in the last 5 minutes of that quarter that they're not done yet, and Bunbury relax for a few minutes or don't keep their eye on the ball, they could find themselves in trouble yet. So still a long way to go, and we'll take a break, pay some bills, and we'll come back for the third quarter of the two. Bunbury with a healthy lead of 32 points. Not insurmountable for the Dons. Irving's in the middle. Sheff is on a wing. Davies still in the middle. Gibbs following Hebbard, and he's done a great job on Hebbard in my opinion. Matty Kendall's gone in the middle. Triggle the centre half forward, Bub the full forward, Cheswell the forward pocket. Sheffner to bounce the ball. Ward and Irving. Ward gets a hand on this one before Irving. Irving busts through the pack, gets kicked to the foot to the ball. In comes Narkle. Oh, great play by Narkle. He goes straight through the middle of the pack. Great kick up towards centre half forward. Treasure's got the run of the ball onto his left foot. He looks at the big sticks. He's on his left. It's going to be shepherded through by Nani, but someone's got a hand on it. Yes, no, no. Pressure.
The Bulldogs have come out firing on all cylinders. 10-6, 66 to the Dons, a 4-4, 28. Just what Donnybrook didn't want. That was the one that they wanted. Back in the middle. Didn't take long to get that one. Bounce favours Bunbury. Hebbard and gets up there. Ward comes over the back. In comes Irving. He's playing this quarter. He started off like a man possessed. Picked up by Ward. Ward gets a long hand pass out to Everall. Onto his favoured left foot. Out towards Hoff. Takes a one-hander. Plays on. Onto his left foot. It's not a bad one. Up towards Treasure. He tries to take one-hander. Goes to ground. Affects a tackle on Kirkpatrick. Gets a hand pass over to Kendall. Kendall goes high towards Irving. Irving chips in, but in comes Elson. Scotty Elson. Probably about his first kick for the day, but he's kept his man quiet. Gets a kick out wide towards Hoff. Hoff's put on his posterior by Howlett. Howlett looks up towards Irving and Cross. Cross comes through, but in comes the Bulldog defence in Everall. In goes, I think it's Kendall. Fighting tooth and nail. Trying to lead by example. And it was. As the balls will be bounced down on the wing. About square, slightly in favour of the Dons. Irving Ward again. Irving gets his big long hand over towards Davies. Good knock. Gets a scramble kick towards the half forward line. Everall tracks the ball. Gets a bad bounce. Watches his man come in. The Donnybrook player in Howlett's taken to the ground with a footy. It bounces out. There's a stacks on the mill, and the ball's trickled out now just as the umpire blows the whistle for yet another bounce down. Bounce down and up goes Ward. The ball comes over the back towards Cheswell. Cheswell gets a scramble kick forward. Just goes over the top of the of Trigwell, and if it wasn't for Narkle having been able to rise high above him, he was able to take down a great grab. Goes short out towards Everall. Everall drops the sitter. That allows Cross in. Cross hassles in towards the boundary line. He picks it up. He drops it. It goes towards the boundary line, and now we'll have a throw in. Everall's a little bit lucky there. Probably could have got a penalty. Ball comes back into play. Up goes Ward. Gets an ineffective knock. Comes down to the feet of the players, and the umpire's quick to assess that one, and we'll have another ball up. Ball hits the turf. Up they go again. Both go early. Ball falls in Chiswell's arms as he's got a very capable of doing that. Comes over the hand pass up towards Davies. Gets a left foot ball. Screws it to the top of the pack. Up they go. One-handed is Narkle. The ball comes down towards Milner. Milner gets a kick out wide to the half-back flank where it drives over the line and out of bounds for another throw-in. And then slightly out of danger territory for the short term. Ball comes back into play. Knocked down by Bennell, comes over to Glass. Glass looks out wide. Ball ricochets over to Bennell. Bennell to Milner. Milner goes to half forward. Remus gets to use his body well. He's played on. No, he hasn't. Very lucky indeed in my book. Back spins the ball as he kicks the balls towards Nani. He's underneath it. Over the back is Redding. Redding drags him to the ground. Play on's the call. In comes Kirkpatrick. Gives a hip and shoulder to Treasure. Nathan Smith comes out wide. He's had 2 bounces. Great shepherd by Martindale. As Smith comes down the wing only to see Glass chip in front. Gets one from behind from Omadai. And if nothing else, lifts the Bunbury camp that well. That's twice Glass has put his body on the line for the Dogs, and twice he's got up scratching his head. Smallest man in the ground, probably the oldest man in the ground, but he's showing great intestinal fortitude. In comes Irving. The ball's knocked out of his hands. Martindale gets it out. In goes Milner. Ball comes to Irving. Hand pass out to Smith. He can't take it either. It's taken at his feet. Ball comes in towards the pack and we'll have a bounce down right in front of us. Irving's thrown his all at the Bulldog pack this quarter. Won a heap of knockouts in the first quarter. He's having to follow up some of his own ruck work at the moment. Up they go again. Clear knock this time at the back. No one's there. In comes that reliable Glass. Hand pass goes nowhere. Milner gets a little one out towards O'Keefe. Breaks one tackle onto his left foot. He's found Remus miles in front on his own of Martindale. He goes out wide now as Shepherds runs through the mark. Goes out towards Eads. Eads doesn't trap it. Runs onto his favoured right. Gives a little hand pass to himself. Cuts inboard onto his left. Gives it out to Milner. Milner's on his left. He stabbed at goal and the Bulldogs have got another one. 11-6, 72 the Bulldogs, 4-4, 28, and they may have snuffed out any challenge that the Dons were going to have. Great play by Eads. Didn't get the goal himself, but he set it up for his teammate in Milner. Brett Milner comes from the Bustle Footy Club. He's tasted success down there, and he could be well on his way to getting a second medallion. And my cohort in crime has just turned up. Thank you very much. As Irving goes forward, gets it Omadai. He fumbles the ball. He can't get it. Comes to Davies. He picks it up one hand. Out to the ever reliable Gibbs. Gibbs to the skipper Kendall. Down to centre half forward and full forward. Bubben Kane. Kane spoils. Well done by the defender. In comes Cross. Gets an awful bounce. Picked up by Narkle. He's playing a great third quarter already. Gets a long kick and it's a good kick up towards Treasure. He's playing rings around Kirkpatrick. Goes back. Little chip kick over towards Glass. He's played a great game. He goes out wide and he's left to Hoff. Hoff's got it. Steadies, sizes up his option. Great kick in. Oh, great kick and a great lead too from Shane Nani. He broke the shackles of Zach Redding. He didn't know which way Shane Nani was going to go. Hoff waited the ball until he had a clear run and he gave it to him right out in front, lace up. Bunbury are really looking the goods at the present time. Body language says the Dons can't. They've got their hands on hips all over the ground. They need somebody to lift them. They need something courageous, something sparkling. In comes Nani. Didn't get onto that one, and I think it's faded away to the left-hand side for one point. 11-7, 73 to 4-4, 28. Ball comes into play as we swap drinks. Over towards Redding. Redding's got the bounce of the ball. If he can set something up here, he's got 10 metres on anybody. One bounce. And a bit of Shepherd will be handy. He's gone straight with a kick to nobody. Bub comes out. In goes Billy Bennell streaming out in front of Chiswell. Takes an easy mark. Goes to the centre where there's a Bulldogs galore. Taken on the chest by Ward. Ward's played a good game in the ruck. He's contested every ruck knock. Over towards Hebbard. Hebbard's in front of Gibbs. He's too strong for the little fellow who's been very, very good for Donnybrook. He goes to centre half forward and Puss Milner's on his own. He'll mark this and run. No, he won't. Thought he might have taken Irving on. He goes short to the lead of Kimmy Eads, who's metres in front of Wilson. Got the break, and once they get the break and the ball's put out in front of him, he had no chance whatsoever. As Bunbury line up yet another one. Eads is slowing up play as he pulls up his socks. Hasn't picked up the turf to throw at the sky. Kim Eads, the leading goal kicker for 2001. Back from a stint with Peel Thunder in 2000. Looks straight at the goal umpire. Kicks straight at the goal umpire. It's a helicopter. It's faded at the last minute through for 1 point. The Bulldogs 11-8, 74. The Dons are 4-4, 28. And the Bulldogs are looking good, Shane.
Yeah, just running too hard, mate. I think, as I said, those few hard campaigns in the finals, and Bunbury fresh and ready to run.
Sheffers kicks to himself.
Over the line. Thought you could do that.
No, I don't know what the umpire's signalling there. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't clear the square when he kicked the ball. It's quite possible. When you kick to yourself, you've got to clear the square, as far as I'm aware.
He kicked and went out.
Irrespective, the umpire's bouncing the ball at the goal square. This is not what the Dons want. Bounce down time. Up they go. It's knocked out wide by Reading. Reading's taken to Milner. The ball's left by Shane Narney. No one was talking there. Gibbs, the reliable Gibbs, gets a hand pass over to Davies. Davies looks one way or the other, goes over to Howlett, who's very good by the young fella Howlett, but he could be mowed down if he doesn't get the ball out quickly. He's gone sideways. It's ball smothered. He took it too long to get rid of it. Evels fumbled. In comes Howlett to tackle him. In comes the hand pass to Billy Burnell's play on. There's a free kick paid, but it's advantage. Burnell gets a chip kick out to the wing to Ward. Ward's taken off. He didn't know what was there. Hand pass over to Treasure. Treasure over to Botan. Botan heads centre half forward. He's underneath it is Shane Nunny. Knocked forward by Wilson. Hand pass over from from John Burnell to Kimmy Eagee. Runs into the goal square and sinks the slipper into it. Emphatically putting through the 12th goal for the Bulldogs as they move to 12 goals, 8-80. The Dons lament on 4 goals, 4-28. If there wasn't a sealer before that one, I think there is now.
I think Treasure's given Donnybrook a bit of a hard time out there. He's had a lot of the ball and big influence on the game.
Talking in half-time, Shane, a couple of people I spoke to thought Treasure was BOG at half-time. I think he's in their best, but I didn't think of that at the stage. But I thought a move might have been made by the Dons, but maybe by design with Bunbury, that they put Treasure on Kirkpatrick and said you can just run where you want and make him track you.
It's worked.
What do you mean? Greg Rolfe, young up-and-coming umpire, first grand final, bounces the ball into the turf, and it's a good one. Up goes Irving, he gets a decisive knock. Hebbard comes over the back and is getting a free kick. No, it's a Donnybrook free kick. I think he's running to the back of Glenn Davies. He's had a bit of treatment this quarter. One each, one from the Bulldogs, one from the Dons. Ball's back in play. Trigwell leads forward. There's not a lot on offer, so he goes long and high up towards Chiswell. Chiswell and Kane, and Kane manoeuvres Chiswell out of the way. Play on, here's touch ball. He gets a mongrel kick out towards Remus. He takes the mark. He's played a great game too. Kirkpatrick gives him a shove as he gets rid of the ball. Play on, calls the umpires. Hoff takes the mark. In comes O'Keefe. Nice back turn. Gets a short kick into Tan. Turn? Ward, sorry. Ward, who's covered a heap of ground. He might have been beaten in the ruck knocks, but he's he's offering himself and putting himself available. In comes Glass. He sneaks forward to take a mark. He's 60 metres out. Goes long towards the lead of Eads. Eads has got the front position on Wilson. Takes a great mark over his head. He had a couple of metres. The kick was good. The mark was good. And Eads will line up for another shot on goal. He's decided to fix up the socks, make them comfortable, put the ball on the deck. And the mark's about 35 metres out, so he's only kicking from 40.